If you want to replace your side mirrors, or you want to upgrade your side mirrors with the ones that have turn signals, this is the video for you. I'm super happy with this conversion. This means that my Mustang now is almost Europe proof, because to pass the inspection you need side mirrors with turn signals, and as you can see, now I have side mirrors with turn signals. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace or upgrade your side mirror on the Ford Mustang GT S650. I already replaced the passenger side, but I didn't feel comfortable to film and replace it at the same time because this was my first time to do it. And as you can see here, turn signal installed. Let me show you the other side. No turn signal on this one. Before working on your vehicle, I advise everybody to unplug the minus on your car battery before doing any work on electric parts on your Mustang. You will find your car battery right over there. So the red color, this one here is the plus, don't touch it. The left side is the minus. As you can see, I already unplugged it. I used a 10mm socket to remove the bolt. I used this rubber car battery cover just to block the battery from the cable, just to make sure the cable will not touch the battery during my work. During this whole process, you're going to see that I'm going to connect and disconnect my battery a couple of times, because sometimes during the installation I need the battery working to roll down and roll up my window. But we will start with the windows rolled up. The window is dirty, my apologies, but this is the position of your window. It needs to be rolled up to start. So the first thing we're gonna do, let me show you. Behind this door handle there is a plastic cover, and let me show you. This is the black plastic cover behind the door handle. So now you can see inside the door handle, on the right top corner you see a small hole. Alright, so now you have to grab a pick and just pull out the plastic cover. Unfortunately I cannot film how I do it, but I'm gonna show you the pick that I'm gonna use. This is the pick. So you put this small thing inside the hole, and the only thing you have to do is pull out, and it's a very easy cover to pull out. Alright, the plastic cover is out. So this is the position of the plastic cover when it was behind the door handle, and I pulled it out. You have to pull it out from this little hole. Put your pick inside this hole and pull, and when you pull it this way. So as you can see, behind the right side of the cover there is a plastic plug, and if you pull this way it will get loose and you can pull it out. Very easy. And behind the door handle you can see a 10mm bolt which you have to unscrew with your ratchet or anything. I have this ratchet with a extender and a 10mm thing. I don't know how it's called, socket or anything. It's 10mm with the extender. The reason why I have the extender is because the bolt is hidden a little bit deeper inside the door, and the extender can give you the distance where you can put it in and unscrew. So let me unscrew and go to the next. Screw is out. It also has this metal part here, so don't lose it. Put it somewhere safe so you can put it back later on. So now we are going to do the most trickiest and dangerous part of this whole conversion, and that's to remove this plastic piece. So this is one piece, goes all the way there and it ends here. So as you see, this is one thing, the window switch. And what you need to remove it is these plastic trim removal pieces. So I cannot describe what you have to do because it's literally putting it below this. You can see the line over here. So you have to pull with your fingers up, as you can see, and then put those plastic trim in between and remove the clips. So what I found easier when I did that door over there is to start with the bigger parts until the bigger parts are loose, and then it's easier to make this part, this very thin part here loose. Because when you start here, the chance to break it is, the chance is is there, and you don't want to break this piece. So start with the big one and easily go back over here. Unfortunately, I cannot film while taking that piece off, and even if I'm going to film this, there is not a easy way to pull it out. Some people pull it out very quick, some people take more time to pull it out. You just have to feel. When you put the plastic trim removal piece, inside, you have to feel where the plastic plugs are. There should be 4, I think. I'll show you later. One over here and somewhere over here and somewhere over here, and maybe one here in the corner. So I'm gonna try to remove it very easily. I mean very carefully. It's not easily. And then I'm gonna show you where the plastic pins are. All right, it went easier than last time, and that's the reason why I cannot tell you what to do the best, because sometimes the plastic clips remove easier. So as you can see, I started with the big piece, and there in the blue, there is the first plastic plug that's released. So now it's easier to remove it. Let's see if I can do it with my fingers. No, not yet. So no issue. Grab the plastic trim, put it below, and pull up, and use your fingers also on other parts where you can put your fingers in between and pull carefully. For the fitness boys over here, don't use your full power, but because you can break the plastic clips. So after putting your trim removal here and pull up with your trim removal and also with your fingers, I put my trim removal here, pulled up, and also helped with my fingers. Then I had room to put my trim removal over here, and then I pulled it up with my hands, and as you can see, it's almost out. So the only part is this thin part over here. You can see this bluish here, that's a pin, and there should be a pin over here. Man, I'm sweating already, and we just started for 5 minutes. So as you can see, it's out. And there is a connector over here that you have to unplug. Just press on the connector and unplug it. And when I unplug it, I'll show you all the plastic clips on this window switch. And here we have it, the plastic window switch. It's positioned like this on the car, and if we flip it upside down, you'll see a plastic plug over here, that's 1. You see a plastic plug over here, that's 2. Over here, it's 3. And all the way at the thin part, number 4. So 4 plastic pins on this thing. So when you remove the plastic window switch, you have to disconnect this connector from that plastic window switch. And to do so is, as you can see over here, there is a plastic tab. You have to press the tab and remove the connector. But I have very sweaty fingers. So what I did was pressing that tab, and I used this pick just to release the connector from the plastic window switch, and it goes very easily. The reason why we removed the window switch is to get access to that 10mm bolt over there. So this is the second 10mm bolt that we have to remove. And also for this one, you need this extender to reach it. So let's put it in, remove the bolt, and go further. Just a warning, when you pull out the 10mm bolt right over here, as you can see, it's very deep, so make sure your socket or wrench or anything what's called has a magnetic thing, so when you pull it out, it don't fall down there. If it does, I don't know, probably you will reach it later on when you remove the door panel, but you don't want that. So what I did is I used the pick again. I put the pick below the screw, and then I pulled out, and pulled out safely without losing it. Just to demonstrate what I meant is when I had my ratchet over there to try to unscrew that screw, what I did to prevent the screw from falling down inside the door panel is I used this, and I put this behind the screw and below the screw so it will not fall down, and I pulled on this one and on this one at the same time. I removed the 10mm from my ratchet and I put in a 7mm. This one we need a lot because all the screws inside the door panel are from now on 7mm. There are only 2 screws that we have to remove, so we can remove the door panel, and these 2 screws are below the door panel. Let me try to show you. I'm below the door. This is a 7mm screw, and there's a second 7mm screw. And here they are, the 2 black 7mm screws from underneath the door panel. Put them safely away. Now the door panel is loose. So the only thing you need to do to remove this door panel is to put your fingers in between here and pull it out. So what I did on the other side was I started from the top. I put one hand over here, one hand over here, and I pulled it out. So there is one plastic screw. It's not a screw, it's like a plastic pin over here. There should be one plastic pin over here. So that's why I put my hand over here and just gently pulled it out. When you pull these 2 pins out, it's very easy to do it on that side. What you also can do is use your plastic trim removal, this one, or if it's very hard to pull the plastic pins out, because every door panel is different when you work on plastic pins. I cannot tell you how much force you need to use to pull it out. Just use your brain and feel how strong the plastic pin is inside that thing, and don't use too much force. If it's very difficult, you can use this one over here. This is a very handy tool to separate the door panel and the door when you put it inside, and just press, and you will see it makes room between the plastic door panel and the metal door. I didn't use it for that side, and that's the reason why I tell you I cannot say what tools you need to remove it. Sometimes you need this tool, sometimes you can only do it with your hands, sometimes just a little bit help of those plastic trim removal tool. It really depends on how strong that plastic pin is inside the door, and you know, it's different from car to car. And here it is. Took me 10 seconds only with my hands. I didn't need any tools. As you can see here, that's the plastic pin, the black one. So over here, so the best thing is to put your fingers exactly where the pin is, and this is the reference. If you see this line over here, put your fingers in between here, and the other finger, let me show you. There's this white plastic pin. This white plastic pin is a little bit further away, so it's a little bit below the door panel. It's here inside this corner. So one hand, put it here, the other hand just below the, you know, this round corner over here, and pull. Don't pull one time, don't pull 2 times, just pull a little bit, feel how strong the pins are inside, and I can already feel that the pin wants to go back. Pull gently, feel how strong the pins are, and use some force. And every time use a little bit more force. Don't be angry if it doesn't work, because when you get angry, you're gonna use a lot of force. You're gonna remove the door panel and maybe break some plastic pins, and you don't want to. So now the door panel is loose. The only thing you have to do to remove the door panel is to grab over here and this door handle, door grip, pull up, and if you pull up, it will release from the ridge, because there is a ridge over here going all the way to there, and it's sitting on that ridge. So when you pull it up, let me show you, and it's loose, as you can see. But be careful, the door panel is still attached to some connectors. So let me pull it a little bit back and release the connectors and show you how it looks like. All right, let me show you the connectors that I removed. You can see this gray connector and this red connector. Just press the tab and remove it from over there. The gray connector, this one, just press the tab. As you can see, there's a tab on top, and remove it from this connector thing. And there is one thing I cannot remove, and that's this door handle wire. And even on the other side of the door, I didn't remove it. The only thing I did was put the door panel aside, and you can work from there. Let me show you what I mean. So this is why I have like a towel or a cloth next to the door, so I can put the door panel on the ground without damaging it. And as you can see, the cable is still attached over there. I watched many YouTube videos how to remove that cable, but it's a pain in the ass, and as you can see, you don't even need to remove it. So why putting yourself to a lot of stress while you can work from here? So let me show you the connectors a little bit better. As you can see, there's the tab you have to press very easily, and on this one over there, there's the tab you have to press and release it. So the next step is to remove this speaker over here and this speaker over there. There are 3 7mm screws you have to remove from this small speaker, and 3 7mm from the big speaker. Over here you can see the first screw, the second screw, and the third screw. And over here you can see the first screw, the second screw over here, and number 3 over there. I have another warning for you guys. The warning does not apply for this speaker. This one goes out very easily. This one also goes out very easily. As you can see, the speaker, I already removed the 3 bolts or screws, and I disconnected the connector. But you can see it's still hanging. And that's because right behind here, there's a hole and a plastic pin which holds this speaker still inside the door. And the only way to get it out is pull it. But be careful when you pull it, because it's a plastic pin that's holding this speaker, and you can break it. If you break it, no problem at all, because the speaker will still be hold on with the 3 screws and nothing will happen. But you know, it's a brand new car and you don't want to break anything. So pull it out and be careful. And I removed it very safely. So the way I did it is I used this plastic removal trim tool. And when the speaker is inside here, I use the plastic tool on the side of the speaker. So on the left side, there is where the pin is located. So if we turn it backwards, you'll see this plastic pin. So when you put your plastic tool in between the speaker and the door, and you use a little bit of force, and with your other hand you pull on this side, you can remove this speaker without breaking the plastic thing. As you can see here, this one looks like another pin. I don't know for sure, but this is the pin that's really holding on, and it's out. The next step is to unscrew The side mirror. This side mirror has 3 screws. 2 screws, you can reach them from this hole, and 1 nut or lug nut, or I don't know how it's called, you can reach it from a hole behind this plastic thing. So what you have to do is remove this plastic tape. Let me remove it with 2 hands and I'll show you. When you remove this tape, it will reveal another hole. Let's remove the tape and stick it somewhere else on the car. We'll put it back when we finished. So if you look through the hole, you can see 2 10mm screws. 1 10mm screw is blocked behind the window. As you can see, the window is in front of the screw, and the other one is also partially blocked. So you cannot reach it with your ratchet. The only way to reach it is you have to put down your window, and then you can unscrew them. If we go to the second hole, you can see the lug nut. It's also 10mm. You can reach this one without putting down the window. So let's remove this one and go to the next step. This is the lug nut that I removed from this hole, and also it applies for here. Make sure you have some magnetic ratchet, so when you pull this out, it doesn't fall inside the hole. And well, actually, if it falls, no issue, it will fall over here, but you don't want to lose it, right? You want to have it inside your ratchet so you can put this away. Because I unscrewed this lug nut over here, the side mirror is only tightened because of 2 other screws that inside here. The only way to reach it is to lower down your window, and before doing so, and before connecting your battery so you can roll down the window, I advise you plug the window switch first inside this connector before connecting your car battery. I don't want to play with any connectors when the car battery is working, so just to be sure. As you can see, I plugged in the connector inside the window switch. I placed the window switch inside the hole here so the cables can rest and it will not hang. I don't like my cables to hang and maybe do some damage to the cables. So when your connector is plugged in, you go back to your car battery. And put this on your minus. Just like this. You don't have to tighten it. So when you're inside the car, don't put your foot on the brakes, don't start the vehicle, just press start 1 time so you have the battery working, and then you can roll down your window. Let's do so. Now that the window is rolled down, I put back the window switch inside the hole over there so it can rest. I turn the battery off, and before working on it, we're gonna unplug the car battery again, because as I told you, I don't want to have any electricity or electrical issues. So like this, I'm gonna put that rubber cover in between so it will not make any connection. Now unplug the window switch again and remove it. Put it somewhere safe. Because I'm doing this all by myself, I want to make sure everything goes well without any damage. As you already know, this mirror is only held on by 2 screws at the moment. So what I did is I just put this box here with the towel inside, just in case something happens and the window falls off without me holding the window and removing it the way it should. So this is just an extra safety measure. Now you can see the 2 bolts without the window blocking it. So use your ratchet and unscrew the 2 bolts. If you have a partner, let your partner hold on to the side mirror, because when you unscrew the bolts, the side mirror can fall off. It shouldn't, but it can. So make sure you hold it. And for me, I have the box over here, so if it falls in the box. While I was working on my vehicle, and we're still not finished yet, a car came over here and he was searching for a parking spot. Are there any parking spots left? He decided to park over here. So I had to close my door a little bit to give him some space to park over here. Oh man, we're not finished yet. He made my conversion a little bit more difficult. So now I have to walk around the vehicle. And work from this tiny space. Well, so now the 3 bolts are unscrewed from the side mirror, and that means that this side mirror is totally loose. If I pull it out, it will go out. But this side mirror is still attached on 2 different points inside the door panel. And the first point which you have to remove is a plastic pin. So this side mirror has a electrical cable, and somewhere in the middle there is a plastic pin attached to the cable, and the plastic pin is inside the door, inside the metal door. So it's inside somewhere behind this area. And the way to reach it is you have to put your hand inside here, inside the speaker hole, reach all the way up, search for the wire that is from the side mirror, and at the end you will find somewhere over here, you'll find that plastic pin is attached on that direction of the wall of the door. So it's not on this side of the wall, but on that side of the wall. You have to use some force to pull it out. And if you have small arms, maybe you can reach with 2 arms inside the hole. I have small arms, but I could not reach it, so probably you will not reach it as well. So find it, pull it out, and when you pull it out, the side mirror is still attached to one thing, and that is the electrical connector, which is behind this door. So behind this panel there is a door harness with an electrical connector, and the connector of your side mirror is plugged inside that connector. Unfortunately, that connector is somewhere over here behind this area. You cannot see it. You cannot see how the connector looks like, but you have to put your hand again inside this hole and feel the connector and disconnect the connector from the side mirror. That's the most difficult part of this whole conversion, because you have to disconnect a connector blindly. You cannot see it, it's very hard to feel it, and if you never saw how the connector looks like, you don't even know where to press the tab, because the connector has a tab. You have to press the tab very hard, and when you press the tab, you have to use your other fingers and try to, while you're pressing the tab, try to pull out the connector of the door harness, which again is somewhere behind here. This is so difficult that I'm gonna show you how the connector looks like, so you know how the tab looks like and where the tab is located. So as you see here on this picture, this is the connector of the door harness. This is not the connector of the side mirror, of the door harness. You can see right over here that that is the tab you have to press, and you have to press it very firmly. And when you press it, try to use your other fingers to disconnect the connector from the door harness, if that makes sense. You can only reach the tab and the connector of the side mirror if, and you can see it over here, if you pull up the window again, because this is the window, as you can see, and the window is blocking you from reaching the plastic pin and also from reaching the connector of the side mirror that's attached to the door harness. So you have to plug in back this window switch. I plugged in the window switch, and now let's go to the battery. Just like before, the minus, and put it in. press the start button to get the battery working, and then roll up the window. Let me put my foot on. Oh shit, the door panel. Yeah, I had to remove the door panel from the way so I can roll up my window again. So it's rolled up. Now we're gonna shut off the battery again, and I'm gonna disconnect the battery. And disconnect the connector from the window switch again and remove the window switch. Now that the window switch is out of the way and we rolled up the window, that means that there is not any blockade over here to put your arm inside and reach for the plastic plug, which should be somewhere in this general area, and also to reach for the connector, which would be somewhere behind this area. Because the plastic plug is hidden behind the door and the connector is also hidden behind the door, everything you have to do it blindly, and that's why I cannot show you that process. But what I can show you is how this mirror looks like, how the plastic plug looks like and where it is attached, and how this connector looks like. So this is the plastic plug which you have to just pull out, so you have a little bit more room. So let me first pull out this plug and I'll explain to you further. Let me demonstrate with this new side mirror how I pulled out the plastic plug from the door. As you can see, this is the plastic plug. You reach your hand inside the speaker hole and you will search for this wire, this cable, and then this plug is inside the door, and you will put one finger here and one finger there, and you have the plug in between your fingers, and then you will pull this direction. When your hand is inside, you will pull the direction of inside the vehicle, and then you will have to use a little bit of force, but that doesn't matter. The plastic thing will not break. Just make sure, put your fingers in between and pull, and it will pull out. So the next step is protect your door with something like a towel. I use the towel to do so. I use it like this. So this side mirror is loose. The plastic plug is out. The 3 bolts are out. It's only attached now to the door harness, the electric connector. So use this towel, pull out the side mirror. Be careful. The plastic plug should go out as well. Yep, I see the plastic plug. And let it hang on your door. And this is the reason why I used the towel, so that the side mirror can hang on the door. And the reason I let it hang, over here you can see the plastic plug, see? So it's unplugged. The reason why I let it hang is now it has some tension in the connector. So when I press the tab on the connector, there is already some tension, so that the connector wants to get out without me trying to pull out the connector. But you still have to use some force when you're reaching inside the connector to pull it out, but this gives you a little bit of extra free tension. It will make more sense to explain it to you guys from this direction. So as you can see, or you cannot see it, but the side mirror is hanging on the other side of the door. And the reason why I did so is because over here, this is the area where the side mirror is connected to the door harness. And normally the door harness is horizontally like this. And the tab is somewhere over here. So when you reach with your hand over here, it's very hard to reach this tab because the tab is reaching the wall, the side wall of the door, and it's very hard to reach the tab over there. But now the side mirror is hanging down, so that connector is tilted a little bit vertically. So when you reach with your hand inside this hole, you can reach the tab more easier than if you keep your side mirror attached like this. I hope it makes sense. I really hope so, because this is the only way for you guys to describe it. It's impossible to show it. So now, wish me luck. I'm gonna put my hand inside. I'm gonna feel where the wire is from the side mirror. You just have to feel, because there are also a lot of metal parts in there, and there are also a lot of other electric cables. So you really have to reach up and feel from the beginning of the side mirror, feel the cable until you reach the connector. When you reach the connector, you have to go to the end of the connector and press the tab. You already saw the picture how the connector of the door harness looks like, where the tab is located. There you have to press it, and I wish you a lot of luck, and I hope you wish me a lot of luck, because the next shot will be that the side mirror is out. And here it is. It took me maybe 5 minutes to find the tab blindly. Yeah, that's the most difficult part, because it's blind. You have to really feel where the tab is. So just study the picture that I showed you where the tab is visible. So the tab is not on this connector, but it's on the door harness. Just study where the tab is and try to feel it. When you feel it, it's very easy. Press the tab, and when you press the tab, let me show you. So the side mirror is hanging, right? So when you press the tab from here, you put your left hand inside. For me, the left hand was way easier. So I put my left hand inside, I press the tab, and with my right hand, I grabbed the wire here. While I was pressing the tab, I was pulling the wire, and then it disconnected. Whew! All right, so now it's very easy. Do everything in reverse, and you're good to go. Actually, don't do everything the same way in reverse. When you put this side mirror in, as you can see, it wants to fall off. It will not fall off, but it wants to. Just to make sure, put one screw inside the side mirror, so just to make sure it will not fall, and then put your plastic plug back in the door, and then connect your side mirror connector to the door harness, just to make sure that this side mirror will stay safe. All right? Just to save you some time, this is the only screw that you can attach at this moment to your side mirror, the lug nut that's inside the hole over here. Because if you remember, here the window is up, so you cannot reach the two bolts over here to screw them up. We'll do them later, but just to make sure the side mirror will not fall off during the process of connecting it to the door harness, I'm gonna put this lug nut inside this hole here, attach it, just to be sure. I put the plug in, I put the connector in. Now it's time to check out if everything works. And to do so, you have to plug in back the battery. Just like this. There's a pony over here. Oh, everything went out already. Oh no, I see the pony somewhere over here. Okay, the pony works. Now we see if everything works on the side mirror. Let's press the start and put our hazard lights on and see if the side mirror works. Oh yeah. Yeah, baby. This side and the other side. I'm done. Now you can put everything back as how it was, but if you really want to make sure if everything works, just plug in your mirror switch, window switch. Plug in back the window switch after you disconnect the battery, of course, and check if all the mirror buttons work, you know, if the mirror can go to the left, the right, up and down, if you want to make sure. I believe everything is right, so I'm not going to check that. As you can see, everything works. Wow, the back of the vehicle is also beautiful. I'm super happy with this conversion. This means that my Mustang now is almost Europe-proof, because to pass the inspection, you need side mirrors with turn signals. And as you can see, now I have side mirrors with turn signals. The only thing that I have to do right now to make it really Europe-proof is to change my backup lamp, the reverse light, and change it to the rear fog light. I need to add a rear fog light on my Mustang to make this Mustang Europe-proof. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, help my channel grow, and see you on the next one.